I'm smiling because the last time I uploaded a video to YouTube, they like picked a screenshot or whatever for the primary image, and it was absolutely awful. So, anyways, getting back to this whole, you know, self-perception thing I'm on, that is why I was asking people what they thought about me, and I was getting eccentric and smart and pretty and just really weird stuff, and then the fickle, and that's what threw me for a loop because I realized A, I didn't know the definition of that word, and B, it probably wasn't a compliment. So I've been, getting a little deeper into my own head and trying to figure out, what part of me is fickle. If fickle actually means double crossing, unfaithful, unstable, unsteady, untrue, whimsical, blah, 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 then, I think I've been all of those things in the past. And I'm sure that there will always be some kind of fickle part of me. But thanks to my dear friend who told me I was kind of fickle, I am aware of it. And, I've been becoming more and more aware of, pieces of myself that, aren't favorable. And so I'm grateful that they used that word. I guess I don't know which part of my life they were referring to, but probably all of them. I've always been a little, hot and cold and a little, bipolar about most things. But I think there's a difference between being, fickle and just being crazy. So crazy is such a horrible word to use to describe a human being because we are all a little crazy. So, I mean, yeah, it's it's like the vast majority of us are just trying to hide our crazy most of the time, except for me, which might be kind of crazy. So anyways, the whole point of life is to find balance. So we're born, we're balanced, but then we collect all of these like different insecurities and different, experiences, and suddenly we are, on the balance beam of life, just trying not to fall on our face. And so that's kind of how I'm viewing this whole fickle thing. I can be inconsistent and probably shady and weird and seem like I'm, two timing or whatever, but really I'm just kind of fluid. So the opposite of that would be consistency. And, I'm sorry, but there's no one in this world who is perfectly consistent. It's like my handwriting. I feel like my handwriting is so inconsistent. I use, uppercase and lowercase, and like, what is that? Even my handwriting is fickle, apparently. Anyways, so I've decided that I am somewhat fickle, and I'm actually okay with it, because the more aware I am of, me, by asking other mirrors, so other people, like, hey, what do you think about me, which is not vanity, it is self-discovery, actually. I can just keep growing and keep learning and, work on the fickle part and just accept that I'll always be a little fickle. That's all.